Okay, let me share my screen again. So hope you can see it now. Okay, so let's discuss about the metadata creation. We have a templates under the training files. Okay, so Oracle metadata creation. If you go to the metadata creation folder, excuse me. So there is a dimension template account has been given, right? Okay. This is a filled template. Already there's some information has been filled for you. Okay. So if you want to take a blank template, where will you get it? You will go to, we'll have to go to this one, metadata builder PV. Just double click on it. And remember last time when we are configuring Excel add-in, we also configured metadata template, right? A metadata add-in. Okay, so this is what we have configured, metadata builder add-in. Remember, so under the same folder we have a templates. So this is a template called a dimension template, which we are using this. Okay, so this is a blank template, but so this is a blank. Okay, it does not have any information in it. They just created one member. Okay, entity account, all the members have been given here.
Sir,
so
are you talking something?
Sorry.
Yeah, even I too don't hear. Maybe he's
Oh,
on
okay.
mute.
Sorry, I forgot. Okay, I'm sorry. There was some disturbance. That's why I kept on mute and I forgot it. Okay. Yeah. What we are talking about now is a dimension creation. Okay. So dimension creation, we use an Excel approach to create the dimension members. Okay, in OneStream. So we have seen how to create manually, but that's our manual task for us. So what we do is the OneStream given, there is a macro enabled template by the OneStream. So we will use that to build dimensions. Okay. So in this one, I have given you some metadata dimension template underscore account, wherein I have filled some information like what all fields have to be updated. Okay, this is a template which we have prepared for one or two dimensions. But there, if you want to refer any blank template, which is a fresh template, you can go to the folder, metadata builder folder. Under templates, you can just refer this. Okay, except dimensions template, you can refer this for the fresh one. Okay, so this is a fresh one. So in this one, the one which I given you, I've just kept only for few dimensions, entity account and then projects. So I've given you only one custom dimension sheet. So since the properties are same across all your custom dimensions, you can just copy paste if you want additional custom sheets for preparation. Okay, so like they did here, like all UD8 separate tabs, right? So why we have given only one? Because the properties are same. So since we are only using one sheet for preparation, we have kept it only one sheet. If you want to create for UD2, just copy paste and then rename it. Okay, and then you need to rename this one also. Keep it in mind. Okay, so I'll talk about these properties now. I mean these fields, what are the fields we need to update before generating an XML file. But remember always, in order to work with this template, as a prerequisite, we need to have two things. One is Excel add-in to be installed. Okay, and the second one is, you remember last time when we configure Excel add-in, we also configured metadata builder add-in. Remember? Okay, the same thing. We need to have these two as a prerequisite, then only the system will understand this XML string. Okay, remember last time I've shown you. Otherwise, if you do not have a Excel add-in and then metadata builder add-in, so this will be hash name error. Here it shows as a hash name rather than XML string. Okay, so what is the main output of this file is, so we will go to respective dimensions and then update all your fields. Okay, and the system will automatically generate a XML string here. We will copy this string into a notepad, save it as an XML file, and then load it. That's the easiest way to build the dimensions. Clear? And whoever migrating first time from Hyperion, let's say a company decided to migrate from Hyperion to OneStream, so then will it be possible to rebuild all of them again? Is there any easiest way to migrate it from Hyperion to OneStream? Yes. The good thing about OneStream is it will recognize the Hyperion format dimensions file. So generally in Hyperion we have APP format or XML format metadata file, right? So let's
Yes,
say,
yes.
so that will be recognized automatically.
Oh,
Okay, so that is a good
so
thing.
you can directly import metadata from Hyperion to here.
Yes, I'll just about to show you that. Give me a minute. I do have some personal Hyperion projects. So some file we have. Let's take an Aviva. So we have a file here, but it should be XML format. It should not load as an APP format. Okay, remember always. So let me search for some XML file. .xml. Okay, so there is a modified metadata XML file. We'll just copy it into Notepad. Okay, this is HFM file, and if I go on import here, you see here file type is HFM metadata. It is recognizing the file. Okay, so as long as the file is recognizing, you can load it. If there is any unknown file, if you load it, the file type will be unknown. If it is unknown, system will not consider anything. It will not load it. You see here the file type is unknown. Clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the easiest way what we followed last time when we migrated from Hyperion. The good thing about is it will recognize, but that doesn't mean it's 100% accurate. We have to double check once again whether all the members have been migrated or skipped. Okay, by exporting all the members and again opening in Excel, and then whatever the Excel comparisons you want to do between Hyperion file, and then that's up to you. Okay, but mostly it will be recognizing, and then we can load all the members. Okay, so now let's move to the dimension file. Shall we do that? So in this Excel file, okay, I mean dimension template file, we have three sections, three parts basically. One is a dimension labeling section where we update what type of dimension we are updating, what is a name, and what is a description, what is access group we are using it on the dimension. Okay, so we need to update it. Let's say here, take an example of an account. So here it is a account name is PLN accounts. So which means the members which we are preparing will be loaded to your PLN account dimension, because I told you, right, as part of extensible dimensionality, we'll have multiple dimensions here. So we can define our own dimension name to which dimension we are loading the members. Okay, so suppose if I want to load con accounts, I should I should give the name as a con accounts here. Yeah, so with that the XML file will be generated. So that is a one. And description, it's a common thing. And access group, let's say if you are maintaining any access groups at a dimension labeling level here, display member, so then we will give it. Otherwise we'll just put it as a everyone. Generally we will maintain the security at a member level, not at the dimension level. Okay, that's where we'll keep it as a everyone. Clear? So now what, all the properties have already been given by the OneStream as a row 8. All these are all the properties which we have in the application: entity, description, currency, IC, whatever it is. Okay, so we have to update it. Let's say if I want to update, so there are three sections I told you, right? One is a dimension labeling section, and the second section is a member section wherein we create a member and then assign all the necessary properties to it. And in third section, hierarchy section, wherein we maintain a parent-child relationships. Okay. So if you take an example here, Malaysia IC, LC, and the Malaysia KL is a member. Both the members have been created with the properties. And then I'm assigning some parent-child relation. So ideally, the Malaysia IC should be under India local, entity local, and Malaysia KL should be under Malaysia LC. And both the members I'm also assigning as an alternative hierarchy. And this is a place where we create an alternative hierarchies under the hierarchy section itself. Okay. So you see here, same member here and here having two parents. So let me put a filter here. Malaysia LC is having two parents. So one is an entity local and one is a US gap. So this is your primary hierarchy and this is your alternate hierarchy.
So it's like a shared member.
It's like a shared member, same. Okay, and the same way Malaysia LC also here under it is Malaysia LC as well as M_APAC. I've added it. Okay, so let's create a member now. So to create a member, don't blindly insert any rows. I would suggest not to prefer insert any rows. The reason behind, there is some formatting will be applied. So sometimes if I insert a blank row in between 9 and 10, what will happen? The formulas will not get copied at the end. You see here, there is some formula, right? You see the member formula of this one? There is some formula which is not getting copied here. Okay, so what I would suggest is just copy this particular row, whichever you want to create. Under that, just place it. Okay, I just created a duplicate row for the row 10, and now you will have all the formulas copied over formula section clearly. Okay, so this is an advisable format. So just copy a row and then add it. Let's say I want to add a new member, so I'll make it as June update. So you can refer a version like update like this. Okay, these are roles which are updated as on June, and I'm updating these are in July. Okay, so you need not to upload again the complete file. You will upload only the July changes in that way. So this is just for our understanding purpose. So what all changes we have made it in June and July. If I want to make, because you will not reload again and again all the changes, right? You will load only the July changes. Whatever the changes you will get as part of the current month, you will load only those changes into the system. Okay, to differentiate that, I'm just maintaining a naming label like this here. And so this is a July one. You can put a year also, like example like June 21. Okay, so it will be easy for you to tracking in future. Okay, and this is your July 21. So what I'll do, I'll just create a member called the Indonesia LC underscore LC is a parent. Okay, IDR, Indonesian rupee, is a currency, but we don't know whether this currency is there in the system or not. Let me check quickly. Because here you can update, but while loading it, it will get rejected again. So unless the currency is enabled in the system, right? So what all currencies we have, IDR is not there. So let's see Indonesia currency, IDR. Okay, just add it, save. So now that will be recognized. Okay, so IDR I'm giving it, and then use IC true we are enabling. If you want to disable, you can just disable it. Is consolidated true. Flow constraint, we are keeping it as all the flow constraints. So they highlighted a color, right? So that means that is a mandatory properties. Remember always that have to be updated and then reviewed, revisited. So these are like common settings. Even if you ignore it, it will not reject any issues. It will not give any issues, because by default the constraint we are referring to top level. Okay, but allow adjustments, we need to make sure whether we are enabling or disabling it. And allow adjustments from children, by default in our company we are maintaining as false. So but we can enable if at all, if it requires. Display group, right now our display group is everyone, but security we will enable these two sorry, there's a security properties here. Let's enable that. Okay, or else for now time being we will keep as a blank security, so that the system will assign everyone right now. In the security chapter we will update it, the security, because we have not ready with the security groups for Indonesia so far. Okay, so that's where I'm not maintaining anything. So allow adjustments, and then text one properties. If I want to write any business rules by grouping some of the entities, I told you text one will be mainly for grouping purpose. You can use it. Okay, but it's not mandatory thing. If I don't want to write any business rule, you can just ignore it. Okay, any questions so far? I just updated only the required properties, and I'll also create another member with reference to this. Remember, always you need to insert the new rows about to this one only, about to this row 12. There's an X one, right? X is nothing but a system defined. Wherever they have given as an X here, that is a system defined. Okay, the row is a mandatory. The template itself must be having this particular row. So you need to insert a new row just about to this one only. Okay, so I copied it and just labeled as a July 21 just for my reference. So I give the name is Indonesia hyphen Jakarta. Okay, the currency will be same. Okay, so for parent there's no need to enable any adjustments. I'll just disable adjustments as a false here, but for children we will enable it, because the children is the one which will have the data, right? So I'm enabling children level, this one, and even the IC also for a parent we can just disable it, not needed. At a children level we can enable it. Okay, and rest all will be the same, and you will have the script. Since we copied an existing row, the formula also will be retained, so that it will get updated automatically. Okay, so now any question in the upper section?
So whatever we have to update on the this one. Instead of X row, we have to add and update it.
Right. Right.
And do we have anything like in Hyperion we used to see like default parent or something? If we don't know the exact parent, we used to refer it as hash root or
no such things.
No such things, right?
No such things.
Okay.
So ideally the system will be treated the first member as a default parent and then next member as the alternative parent.
Okay. So parent-child reference, we can give it in the account and other dimensions also, same like entity.
It will be the same. It will be the same.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just keeping all of these as a June 21 changes. So now we are just copying this row. So here also we have an XML formula at the end. So don't create a blank row by default simply. Okay. So we have a XML string here as well. Okay. So simply copy the existing row and then create a, okay, 1 minute. So I created 3 rows. Let me create another one. Okay, so these 4 I'll just make it as July 21. What happened? This one, let me save it once, otherwise we may lose the data. Okay, and then July. Okay, so now first we created this member Indonesia LC. Okay, both just copy it, and this is a child section. First you need to copy under the column C. Always the parent should be under column B. Right, they have given the clearly the titles also, parent and then child. So now Indonesia should be added under entity underscore local, okay, as a primary parent. So the first parent for Indonesia LC is entity local. And for Jakarta, it should be under Indonesia LC. Okay, that is a primary hierarchy. And then, so both the members, I mean, anyway, parent member is not needed. But for Indonesia Jakarta member, it should be under US GAAP also, right? Under M underscore APAC. I'm just creating under M underscore APAC also. So for Jakarta, you will see two parents. One is underscore LC, and then one underscore underscore APAC. Okay, so this is your primary, and this is your alternative. I mean shared member. This M Jakarta is a shared member under M underscore APAC hierarchy also now. Clear? Any questions in this? These are like percentage consolidations. Remember, we have relationship properties wherein we have percentage consolidation of the ownership values. That is, we are just keeping it as a default ones. And then finally, make sure your XML string is generated. So we need to make sure it, because this is an important part which we will be loading it, right? Clear? Any question in this update file?
Yeah, not as of now. Maybe after practicing, we may
So
get
yeah,
changes.
so we are not going to discuss about for accounts and other dimensions, because it will be the same. Okay, if you go to
Yeah.
accounts, so wherever the structure will be same. Okay, so since we already discussed the properties, you need to make sure what all properties you're going to update, but the structure will remain same. First, you will create a make sure the dimension names, and create a member section, and create a hierarchy section, and then generate an XML file. Make sure the XML file is generated, and then once the file update is done, then what you'll have to do is save this for a back, before exporting the XML file, and then copy this XML string. You need not to copy the header again. There is a XML copy and paste the text file, right? So this is not needed. And remember, we forgot to filter with only July changes. So if I do not filter the July changes, then system will load, I mean, we will load again all the changes. It's unnecessary. So I am just putting a filter here, and then apply only July changes. Okay, apply only July, and system lines are mandatory. So I'll enable July as well as X1. X is nothing but a system defined ones. Okay, you see now July rows, and the member filter also, I mean the hierarchy filter also came with only July rows, and by default these are headers. Without headers you cannot load anything, so headers are mandatory. Okay, so when we are putting a filter, we will put a July as a filter, and then X1. Okay, X also required because X is a system defined rows. You clear now? So now we have only July changes in this file. So what I'll do, I'll just copy after excluding that header one. So we'll copy from a third row onwards, cell number 3 onwards. Just copy it, put it in Notepad, take a Notepad++, that would be easier. Okay, so save as an XML file. Just put it in a desktop. The type of the file is XML. It will be there at the end as an XML. Okay, so I'll just rename it as a entity.xml. Save. Okay, so system will also change the colors to XML format, because that is advantage in Notepad++. It will recognize the colors. So now our file is ready. Okay, with one member. So where to load that file? So let's go to application tab, load or export, and then browse this. Under the load there is a two buttons, right? Load and export. Browse it, pick this file entity XML, and you see now it is recognizing metadata file. Okay, so that XML file will be recognized, and if you load it, there's some error out. Let's see what is there. Element member creating the name parameter Indonesia Jakarta is invalid. Okay, where I have been given the name, let's see here. If you click this, it will come as an error, and it will tell us line number 8 it has some error. So where is the line number 8? Go to the XML file, open it with Notepad++, and Control G. When we have multiple lines, use this option to go to the line number 8. Okay, so the member name Indonesia hyphen Jakarta. I think hyphen is not accepting it. We should give as an underscore as a member name. That's for sure, I guess. Let's check once the existing members in the entity dimension. That's correct. Underscore need to be given rather than hyphen. Hyphen should not be there. Okay. So hyphen should not be there in the member name. So that is where the error is. Let's change it, or else we can update the XML file directly rather than regenerating it. Okay. So wherever, let me use an option to replace it. Control H and then underscore, replace all. So all 3 occurrences it has replaced. Okay, so one is in member section and one is in 2 is in hierarchy section. You can see it got highlighted. Okay, so just save this file again. I mean in the Excel file also, just for the tracking purpose we can just make a note of it. Okay, otherwise we may lose this again. Underscore, and this member will be in both the places will be updated. Clear? Reload the file once again. Go to load export, browse the file, entity, and remember while loading the file it should not be opened. Always remember in OneStream, any file which we are loading it into the system, that should not be kept open. Okay, always you need to make sure that is closed. So metadata, just load it. It's completed. Since only one member or 2 members we are loading, it will be quicker. So go to your dimensions. You will still not be seeing them. The reason behind, the page was opened earlier, way before loading the file, right? We will just refresh this page so that you will get those changes. You see now Indonesia LC and Indonesia LC Indonesia underscore Jakarta. Okay, so with all the currencies, properties, everything has already been taken, and you can see Indonesia Jakarta has been added under your M underscore APAC also, because we have added as an alternative hierarchy. Right? Any questions?
We need to practice, Conrad. So
That's a known fact.
it's like whenever we make our hands dirty, then only it will be.
That's for
When
sure.
we are telling it's okay, but when we do, we'll get questions and all.
That is what, ma'am, I'm telling you to practice. Once you
Yeah.
makes your hands dirty, then only you will learn something. Okay. Otherwise, you will not get anything, right?
Yes.
Obviously, it will not be as simple as like this when I am doing it, right? So you will have hurdles. So, but once you do once, twice, or thrice, then you will feel comfortable. So what I'll do is probably next week, okay, not tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll discuss something else. Or else, if you are okay with tomorrow onwards, we'll plan 1 or 2 practice sessions in the class itself, so that it'll be good. That's what I used to do it in the prior batches. We'll make, because I've seen people are not practicing up to the mark, and then I've been if I continue further, that there's no point in, right? Because there is a relation between there's a link between one topic to another. So if I proceed further, you may not feel comfortable.
Correct.
So what do you
Let us
say?
Today is Thursday.